What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Sports Dép Podcast. Alfieri, Tsalikis, with you for another 15-plus minute marathon episode here. Tsalikis, what's going on?
Okay, yeah, 15, not really a marathon, but I get it. I get what you're saying there.
15 is a marathon in some things.
Listen, if you ask me to run 15 minutes, that is a marathon, absolutely, without question.
Well, it's not actually a marathon if I ask you to run 15 minutes.
My world, it is.
If you can do a marathon in 15 minutes, you're pretty good, Simon.
Oh, well, that's my equivalent. Like, I'm ready for a 40-yard dash, and I'm good.
How long do you think you can run straight?
Not long at all, Joe, because I think it's an activity that my brother used to run marathons, and I'd go outside run for a little bit, and my wife used to run. I'd go outside, I'd run like 5-10 minutes. I'm like, okay, this is the boringest thing in the world. My mind just goes, I'm not focused. Like, to me, let's grab a couple of hockey sticks, still play some basketball, stuff like that, go play soccer. I'm still I rather play sports. Like, even if I go to the gym, the treadmill to me is
it's killer.
It's just I don't want to say it's boring, because it's fantastic and it's healthy and it's all those things.
It's boring. It's freaking boring,
man. It's boring.
What's the longest you've ever run consecutively?
Oh, I'm sure 45 minutes or so.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, same.
I've done that in the winter on a treadmill. A lot easier on a treadmill than outdoor. I'm sure at some point I did 30, 45 minutes outside.
Yeah, outdoor. I think I'm about where you're at. I'm pretty sure I've definitely done more than 30. But have you ever done 30 minutes outside? I remember starting up running again, and I'm not running now. Don't get it twisted. Now I just like to eat. But before I used to and I remember the first time you'd go outside on a run when it was cold outside, and your lungs would be it feels like your lungs were getting stabbed. It was a nasty feeling. I'm not a big fan. I know our producer Sam is a big time runner. I believe Sam just finished a half marathon, if I'm not mistaken, in the fall. He's a big biker as well, not on a motorcycle, but a bicycle. Mm-hmm. He does that too. And my dad actually ran marathons too. My dad did the Ottawa half and full marathons back in the day. Yeah. So a bunch of runners. I don't have the discipline. And now, you know what, Simon? My shins, I was running not too long ago, and if I run consistently 3 to 4 times a week, my shins hurt. My shins hurt really bad.
On the knees, Achilles, ankles.
I'm not there yet. It's more the shins. I don't know why I've got shin pain. I need a break.
Maybe from your days of kickboxing or going to Komotais.
I didn't do either of those things. Okay. I don't even know what the second one is, to be honest.
Jean-Claude Van Damme, the movie Bloodsport, when he went to Kumai.
Kumai? I don't even know.
Underground fight club, Joey.
I did judo until grade 3. I think I have a yellow belt somewhere in my parents' house.
Big time.
Yeah, that's all I know how to do. And they gave me the belt for yellow, but I actually never did the lessons for yellow. I stopped at yellow. So technically I have training for the white belt and the half white, half yellow belt.
Wow.
I think we wasted enough time. It was elementary school.
I guess your parents. Oh, in elementary school.
I was in grade. I think I was in grade 3 or 4, man.
Wow, tough school.
Yeah, after school we do judo. I had the whole kit, the whole outfit, tie it together with the belt. Yeah, it was crazy. Better watch out, man. Anyways, we've got a busy episode for you. We're actually recording this on a Thursday night to air on Friday morning, and the Canadiens haven't played on Thursday or Friday. They did win their second consecutive game back-to-back. Well, technically it's 3 in a row now, but back-to-back home wins on back-to-back nights. And both times the games went under. Now, a big reason why it went under on Wednesday night in Ottawa was because Jacob Fowler absolutely stood on his head, particularly at the end of that game. It was a mad flurry around him in the Canadiens' end, and Jacob Fowler made a couple of big saves. So, look, I know we talked about when we last left off here, we were talking about, Sam Montembeault. This might be it. This might be the last opportunity. Simon, there was no last opportunity. Looks like he's going to be shoved. Unless one of the two young guys falters badly, you may have seen. Is this it? This is the last you see of Sam Montembeault?
There's a chance. I think he said 2 home games, but don't forget the second game looked like a home game, but it was in Ottawa.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, Joey, yes, I do, because I think no matter how it played out this year, even if it was Montembeault and Dobish going into this season, going into a playoff run, falling short in the first, second, third round, winning a Stanley Cup, I don't know. But when this team would have got back together in late September, I think at that point the management would have and the coaching staff would have went to Fowler and Dobish. Now, what does it mean for Montembeault? Maybe dealt. I don't know. Maybe bought out. I don't know enough about the numbers and the books and all that. But this day was going to come. And yeah, right now points are too precious. It's just they can't waste them. And Joey, the game against Ottawa was the perfect example. 2-1 hockey game. Can't recall which Ottawa Senators came in on a breakaway. Didn't score. Rebound was right there. Made the save there or forced a shot to go wide. It stays a 2-1 hockey game. A little bit later, Alexandre Texier gets the tying goal. That's exactly what they've been waiting for, that timely save. So, look, there is some time here left, but in reality, if you're a Montembeault guy, you're saying, okay, let's just hope Dobish and Fowler fail a couple of times and you'll get Sam Montembeault back in there. Yeah, but you lose 3-4 games in a row here, you're done. The Bruins playing at a decent level. Red Wings a little bit unhealthy, but, Columbus with the refusal to lose as well. So I'm surprised at this point of the season that this is where we are. But good on the coaching staff to realize how valuable these points are.
Yeah, no, for sure. And look, here's the thing. I'm sure you've seen the clip go by, Simon. Marty St. Louis being all annoyed, saying he's not going to answer pregame, not going to answer 40 questions about the goaltending situation and whatnot. I mean, that's just to me, that's just a tactic. Like, that's like, hey, let's get off this. I'm not going to throw a respected veteran under the bus, even though we just can't go to him anymore. He just doesn't have it. He hasn't had it all year. Very few times did he have it. I really thought that big performance in Winnipeg before the Olympic break was going to help get him back on track. But Simon, there was that game in Winnipeg. There was a game in Vegas, I think on a Friday night, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe a couple performances here and there, but other than that, it's been a rough go.
Yeah, and there hasn't been a stretch. Like you said, there's been a game here, a game there. Like the good game was in Winnipeg right before the Olympic break, and you think, let's see how he comes back after that, and just simply not good enough. Because you have a lot of things, like there's a lot of special things going on with this club. You got one guy going to chase down maybe 50 goals. You have another guy that maybe is going to chase down 100 points. You got a second-year defenseman breaking all-time NHL scoring production. You got two rookies on a second line that do not look out of place. Mike Matheson, I think, is playing some great ball. I think Noah Dobson is playing some really good hockey as well. You have all this positive. Slavkovsky, again, coming into his own, another 50-point season. I think the Canadians have 5 players with above 50 points. Too much has been done. Too many really good seasons. Too much work has been put in to just watch it go by the wayside because of poor goaltending. It's unfortunate. Look, in those games, Joey, I'm sure you can go back many times and identify where there's a breakdown with the forwards, there's a breakdown with the defensemen. It's not a finished product and it's not a polished product from their blue line in. But I think the general manager, when you pay Dobson, Matheson, and you pay Hudson all that money, you know what kind of a club you built. You built a club that's going forward, attack. What's our best line? Was it? I know you're not an Avengers guy, but they asked Iron Man. I think they asked Iron Man. I don't was it Captain America or one of those two guys?
Those guys are very different, Simon. Did they ask Robert Downey Jr.? Yeah.
But they're both good guys. What's the plan of attack or just attack, whatever. Yes, that's how they built this team. They built this team to go forward, to push pace, to be able to transition, and maybe it leaves some lapses inside their own blue line. That being said, you just weren't getting enough saves, man.
Who's at the top of your superhero? It doesn't have to be an Avenger, but your superhero power rankings.
Batman.
Yeah.
He's a billionaire.
Because he's rich. I knew it was because he was rich.
I don't want to get by like Spider-Man.
I'll take the poor guy. I'll take Spider-Man. I'm a Spider-Man guy. I like Batman, but I'm a Spider-Man guy.
The bank took his aunt's house, foreclosed on his aunt's house, and he did nothing about it. Like,
it's for my son, but This is on my keys, man.
I'm not having this conversation with your son. I'm having this with you.
I'm a big Spider-Man guy. What do you want me to tell you?
I lived in a beat-up apartment under a train track. Dude, go steal money off bad people to live a little bit better.
No, Simon. No, that's not how that works.
You don't have to live like this, Joe.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Okay, more likely to play, or who's going to play more games between now and the start of the playoffs? Patrick Laine or Sam Montembeault?
That's a great question.
Thank you.
Can I tell you it's going to be a tie at 0?
Oh, wow. Okay. Who's more okay.
Who's more likely? Patrick Laine.
You think so, eh?
Because at some point you might want to give Gallagher a break. You might want to give Noah a break. You might want to give, I don't know, with the Cole Caulfield, it seems like it's just an illness. Okay, we'll see how long that goes. At some point you've clinched in game, if you're lucky enough to clinch your spot in game 79, game 80, 81, 82, perhaps you go in with, you start resting, maybe Josh Anderson needs a breather. I don't know. But there's just so many more opportunities for a forward to get in there rather than the third string goalie right now, or the third goalie. You need the top guy to be bad. You need the second guy to be bad, because this is the thing, Joe. If Fowler is not good, that's fine. After this weekend where they go Anaheim or San Jose Anaheim, then you just might see Dobish go every night as long as it's not a back-to-back. So,
right.
And the same could be said for Fowler. If he gets hot here and there's no back-to-backs, maybe he becomes. They did that last year. Remember, I think it was right around the time there was a couple of games, maybe against Nashville. I remember on a Sunday or something, and Montembeault was getting the starts because they had lost confidence in Dobish. So this staff has done that. They have gone to a guy down the stretch when it's mattered the most. So I'm going to say Laine's got a better chance to get in than Sam Montembeault.
Okay, fair. I'm going to go with Montembeault just because they are two young goalies, and at some point, maybe Dobish falters or Fowler slows down and has to go back down to the minors like they did the last time. So I'm gonna say Montembeault, but I mean, and to your point, our buddy over at TSN 690, Mitch Gallo, had a big tweet today about Brendan Gallagher is going to be in and out of the lineup here down the stretch. They're going to load management him, which I honestly think is the right call. If that's the way they're going to go, I think that's the right call. Maybe you're right. Maybe Laine does get in. But I just feel like, again, like if Gallagher's the one coming out, it's probably Veleno going in. And they've already made it clear that if a sniper goes out or a top 6 player goes out, top 9 player goes out, they're putting Texier in. That's exactly what they did in Ottawa, and he ended up scoring, like you said. So I don't know, man. I think it's going to take a couple of forwards. I know you're right. There's more forwards that play, so obviously it's easier to get in as a forward. But I feel like with the two goalies being young, I feel like one of them falters, you turn back to Montembeault. Look, I don't think Montembeault is going to play 4 or 5 games. But I'm not entirely sure Patrick Laine is going to play 4 or 5 games either, unless there's a slew of guys that go out.
Yeah, listen, that changes absolutely everything. I'm not looking for guys to be going out. I'm just looking to guys to get rested. I saw Mitch Gallo's tweet about Brendan Gallagher, and I think it's time. I just don't know. Listening to some sports radio today on 690 and just being active a little bit during my lunch on Twitter, a lot of the people, he's an assistant captain and this and that. It doesn't change anything, man. A break is a break. It's because it's deserved, man. It's like, here, man, go gather yourself, take a night off, just come back a little bit fresher. I think, because you have an A on your shoulder or your tenure with the Canadians, that has nothing to do with that. Like Martin St. Louis' mandate is very simple. He's got to field the best 12 forwards and 6 defensemen and a goalie that gives him the best possibility to win. Now, things may change in a playoff series, but, sitting out guys here and there, I don't think is a bad thing at all.
No, I don't think it's a bad thing. How big was it? I know we talked a little bit about this the other night, but how big was it to you that both games hit the under? And not from a gambling standpoint. I mean, like just that the Canadians could play. It wasn't. I wouldn't say it was low event because I think there was quite a few scoring chances. But, the fact that the Canadians held Toronto to 1 and they held Ottawa to 2, like how much does that just make you feel good about where they're at overall team game, especially without the puck?
Yeah, I think that's a very big deal because I think as we get closer, I think the Habs aren't playing playoff hockey. I really think that they're going to be in, but they're are you the 1 seed, you're the 2 seed, you're the 3 seed, you're a wild card. So a lot of these games matter, and I think we've got it to the point now that NHL coaches will push the defending more than pushing offense, right? Because now one turnover, one goal can cost you 2 massive points, which might keep you out of a playoff spot when it's all said and done. So it's nice that, Martin St. Louis squad is figuring out a way to close out hockey games. And the big deal for me is just closing out those hockey games. I didn't think yesterday was pretty, Jojo. The 6-on-5, the Senators put on a 6-on-5 clinic out there. That's where Fowler really
clinic. Yeah,
he made some real serious saves. Way too many good looks. Way too much passing. They were distributing the puck very well. But they didn't break that final defender, so that was a good thing. But yes, I think it matters that you have to go out there and try to win a game 2-1. You have to go out there and win a game 3-2. Absolutely.
Just want to take a look at the out of town scoreboard from last night and looking ahead. So there's some good news and there's some bad news, Simon. On the good news front, the Buffalo Sabres actually lost. The Sabres lost to the Washington Capitals.
Ooh.
Yeah. 2-1. So Montreal now still 4 points back of Buffalo with 2 games in hand. So technically they could be caught here if you get your games in hand. But the Tampa Bay Lightning beat, like you said, a beat up Detroit Red Wings team. No Dylan Larkin, no Andrew Kopp. The Lightning ended up getting a big win, 4-1. And then looking ahead to Saturday, looking ahead to the weekend, Detroit is in Dallas. Not going to be easy. Columbus is in Philadelphia, which is a game that they could, in theory, win. Well, I mean, anybody could win any night. Carolina, Tampa Bay is going to be in Tampa. Is going to be a big one. And then the Toronto Maple Leafs go to Buffalo to take on the Sabres. I don't know if you were able to catch the knee-on-knee, the Gudis on Austin Matthews. Not cool. I mean, the Leafs were already in disarray. We don't necessarily have to get into that. But, Simon, all of a sudden it looked like Tampa was pulling away with the division. And then Buffalo came back in and took the lead in the division. Now Tampa's sputtering. Canes have gotten hot. Like it's jumbled. I mean, there's 4 points separating the top 3 teams in the Atlantic Division. Top spot in the division is legitimately up for grabs. If you get the goaltending, you might have a shot here.
Absolutely. Just go back to the Gudis thing there. I guess I don't know who is the captain of the Mexican national hockey team, but that's the only guy Gudis is not knocked out yet. He took out Crosby at the Olympics, and he took out Austin Matthews on Thursday night in Toronto. So he's looking for the international Gordie and Howe hat trick of knee. Look, it's not good. I saw it, but yeah, Leafs. I don't know how rebuild, reset. They have a lot of questions in the offseason. But like you said, that's what. But the 4 wins, Joey. Yeah, you're closer to the top, sure. But the stretch goes bad here, and I don't want to knock the Red Wings or anything, but they're down their 2 centers, and I don't know what their schedule is. But if they're going to Dallas, it kind of means that they're going to hang around the southern, western United States, and that usually means a date with maybe Colorado, maybe Vegas.
I'll tell you right now. Actually, no, it's not looking like that at all, Simon. I'll tell you right now. So they were in New Jersey, in Florida, in Tampa, and they lost the back to back. They have at Dallas, home to Calgary, home to Montreal, home to Boston, home to Ottawa, and then in Buffalo. Okay, so that's a bit of a weird stretch. But I mean, they went through Florida and now they're finishing off in Texas.
I get. Okay, still not an easy schedule for them, and I can't imagine. Watch a little bit of Red Wings play. I think Dylan Larkin's one of those players, like before Nick Suzuki, one of the more underappreciated players in this league, and now they're down their 2 top centers. I know nothing about the Red Wings farm system, but I'm pretty certain they don't have 2 centers ready to jump into those 2 spots and produce like those guys do. So they're in a little bit of trouble. And that's more of a wildcard spot, but maybe that secures Buffalo, Tampa Bay, and Montreal to fight out for those 3 Atlantic positions.
Tsalikis, behave yourself. And pretty sure I'll see you at least once this weekend.
Sunday.
We have some business to take care of. All right. Be good.
Ciao, Jay.
All right, that's it for Simon Tsalikis. I'm Joey Alfieri with the Sports Dép Podcast. You don't forget you can watch us on YouTube, subscribe, so every time there's an episode, you don't miss out. You can leave us a positive rating. Make fun of us in the comments. We don't really care as long as the rating's positive. Like you could leave a 5-star and make fun of us. I'm good with that. Before you go, Tsalikis, could we shout out Baton Rouge Vaudreuil?
Yes.
Yes.
Love it.
Can I be honest with you? Like, we're recording this a little late at night, but there's one thing in particular that I would destroy tonight before we go.
You're going to say something that involves like a salad.
No, a spinach dip. I would have a spinach dip
Story
tonight,
of my
to be
life.
honest. Yeah.
I'd like right now, carbonated beverage, spinach dip, whatever the game is. Lakers playing tonight, that'd be heaven, right? Yeah, look, my favorite, Baton Rouge out in Vaudreuil. I know we're getting there. The weather's getting a little bit better. I know I brought this up before, but the terrace there is absolutely wonderful as well. Great little bar area. You want to take in the Habs game or whatever sporting event that happens to be on. So the bar area is fantastic. So, an institution, been there for over 20 years. In this city or on the outskirts of this city, when you've been in a restaurant that's been open for 20 plus years, you're doing something very well.
Yeah. Some of the best ribs, some of the best chicken tenders, which I know you're probably saying to yourself, like, oh, how do you make like really bad chicken tenders?
Yeah.
It could be done. It could be done, bad chicken tenders. I've had my fair share, but Baton Rouge, I go ribs. I've gone grilled chicken. I've gone tenders. I've gone with the. I know you always make fun of me when I get that peanut butter salad. I know that. It's very good.
I think is another dish that I really like there as well.
Yeah, that's right. So I think we're kind of due, and I think it's about time that Sam, the producer, treated us to some type of food. So So all that to say that yes, Baton Rouge Vaudreuil, proud sponsor of the Sports Dép Podcast, which you can find on Apple Podcast and Spotify as well. Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll be back with a new episode on Monday. Peace.